I mean, it is becoming a little bit ridiculous now. Hello everyone and welcome back to more Careering Onwards here with me, Mr. Grand 2, and we continue our fantastic start to life as a manager and our fantastic start to life at Cambridge United. The board are absolutely thrilled with how everything has gone, apart from obviously the 1-0 defeat to Crawley, which I couldn't agree more about. Still an A+, they're ecstatic with the progress towards the club vision. That is the main thing that sort of gets you the board's praise, making sure you tick off the club vision stuff, and we've certainly been doing that one, going incredibly well of course in the league. I mean, we were expected to be in a relegation battle and they just hope we avoided that one. Going very well in the league trophy as well, and going pretty well in the FA Cup, as we'll see in a minute. In fact, the board are so impressed with how we've been doing that they have given me a new contract, which I have signed. It's until 2021. It was previously until the end of this season, so I think realistically at this time it makes sense to sign that. We're not on massive money, so if anyone wants to come in and snap us up, obviously not this season. I'm not going to look to leave the club during the season given how well we're doing, but sort of in the summer, maybe next season, maybe depending on what happens, then we're not going to cost too much. We could ask the board for a coaching course. I mean, we are only 2 levels away from getting the Continental Pro, but I don't know if I want to right now. Given how well we're doing, I don't want to sort of not be in training, maybe towards the summer. But since last time then, we did win against Wycombe Wanderers in our final group match of the EFL Trophy, and that's going to be what we focus on first of all today, the second round game against Exeter. I think we have a chance to do relatively well in this competition. So we're going to see how well we can do today. We then beat Walsall 1-0. Not been as free scoring in the league as in previous months, but this was a win. Harrison Dunk getting the goal late on in place of Will Ferry. We then lost to Carlisle. This was another disappointing performance, similar to the Crawley one. Kelvin Atu getting the goal for them. It was very unfortunate indeed. It's gone down as a Callum Burton mistake. I don't think it really was, but disappointing nevertheless. But a 2-0 win against Salford City to follow that one. A good performance. Ida getting the goal from the penalty spot along with Harrison Dunk, who has done very well in the absence of Will Ferry. We then won our FA Cup second round game, which was against Chesterfield of the National League. 2 lucky draws there, and it was a 3-1 win. Dunk getting himself 2 and Ida bagging another one as well. And our reward for that is a pretty tasty tie at the Abbey Stadium against the best team in the game from the start of the game, the best team in the country. Liverpool will be playing at the Abbey Stadium, which is going to be absolutely massive as far as the finances are concerned, which are certainly in need of a bit of a boost. 57,000. It's not awful, is it? We're not in the negative, but we are making a loss, so it's not going to really go that well. What's the projection like? Not good. So the FA Cup match against Liverpool could be very, very helpful for us. I'm not sure we're going to do it in an episode. I'm going to record it in case anything miraculous happens, but I'm expecting to lose about 10-0, so probably not worth your time, but will help the finances nevertheless. One other game in the league, we did beat Plymouth Argyle 1-0. Not the most convincing performance, but it was a good win in terms of getting the actual result. So as I said, we are going to be playing Exeter first of all in the EFL Trophy, but then we will be playing Cheltenham in the league. It was going to be a top of the table clash, but they went and drew at the weekend, so they are now only in 3rd place. They fully flipped with Colchester. Let's look at the table in a bit more detail. It's very, very tight at the top. Between the 3 C's, we've got an A+ rating, but we are a C team in terms of our name, as are Colchester, as are Cheltenham Town, and it is lockstep at the top. Colchester top at the moment, 45 points. We are level on points with Cheltenham, although above them on goal difference, and a bit of a gap opening up, 6 points ahead of Swindon in the 4th position in the table. We are the 3 teams at the moment who are asserting our dominance as far as automatic promotion is concerned. Also interesting as well that there's only 1 team relegated from the division this year. Obviously it's not going to be us. I think that's incredibly unlikely at this stage, but because of Bury's demise, just 1 team goes down, and it is currently Macclesfield Town, which I don't think is too surprising. Anyway, league trophy time, the leasing.com trophy, which is, as we said last time, one of the worst names for any competition, I think, around the world. Although, saying that, I'm pretty sure that, Ligue 2 is sponsored by Domino's Pizza, and I think Ligue 1 is now sponsored by Uber Eats, which is just absurd. One of the teams in the division is also sponsored by Burger King. I can't remember which one it is. It's not Crawley, is it? Somebody, we've played them. It might be Stevenage. I might be wrong. It could be Stevenage. I don't know. We'll see it at some point. Anyway then, team for this one is going to be much the same, although with one big difference, which we will now talk about. Callum Burton's going to be in goal, as you would expect. Norville Williams is going to be at left back. He's done pretty well recently. Davis is going to be at right back. I have promised Kyle Noyle that he would play more, but he did play a bit and he was really bad, so I'm going to break that promise. Defence is going to be Darling on the right, and then, well, George Taft is going to be on the left. We're having to rely on him. Hopefully he can see his way to victory, but that does mean, unfortunately, Greg Taylor, who has been by far our best defender and one of our best players, is injured, out for 2 to 4 months with torn ankle ligaments. His attributes aren't necessarily the best, but he has been very, very solid, very consistent at the back, and it's a big blow to have him not in the team anymore. The midfield is still going strong. O'Neill, of course, Rolls and Maris. Can we renew Jack Rolls' loan yet? Are we allowed to renew it? They're still not interested. That's an issue for next time, I think. Harrison Dunk is on the left-hand side with Reggie Lamb on the right. Adam Ida up front. Will Ferry has just about recovered from his injury, but he's not fit enough really to start. He will come on the bench though, but that's really all he's fit for at this time. Right, let's see what we can do. We haven't played Exeter in the league yet, I don't think. Some decent players. Tom Parks is a decent defender for this level. Nicky Law's a solid player as well. Interesting that they're playing 3 at the back with wing backs, which, I mean, I thought we were being quite adventurous for League 2, but they certainly are. So our form's not been as sort of red hot as it has been before. So this could go either way, as could the game against Cheltenham. But we'll give it a go. Give it a go. Like if we lose, it's not the end of the world. I was obviously frustrated last time with the Crawley result. It's just frustrating given how unexpectedly good we've been this season. But I mean, whatever happens, it's been a very good start to our managerial career as we go 1-0 down. Dean Moxey heading in from a Jake Taylor free kick, but it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It doesn't matter. It does matter. It's not good enough. Shocking defending. I mean, who was that? He jumped through him. He jumped through him. That's great defending there. If you allow the opposition to literally phase through your existence. Moxey, it's a great header, and we are behind. I mean, Exeter bossing it in terms of chances at the moment. We don't seem to have turned up, and Davis praised him before the game in place of Noyle, and he's been mugged off there. It's come to Richardson on the left-hand side. Norville Williams gets it back, but gives it straight away to Collins, and, well, the ball over the top to Ramsey. Burton, though, is able to make the save. I think we've been switching between the systems quite sort of fluidly recently, and it seemed to help. We're going to make the change here. Burton playing it out to Dunk, flicks it onto Ida. Lovely touch from him. Ida chasing it forwards, and it's a good effort from him in the end. Well, Will Ferry is waiting on the bench to come on if we need him to. Not good enough. They're not really massively bothered. Some of them are motivated. Some of them don't really care. And while 2 of the defenders not playing well, George Taft is the main one who is letting us down. It's an area where we could potentially get someone in January. I think we probably will. Harrison Dunk on the turn, saved by Ward, gets it back again, and this time it's saved again, and Moxey puts it out. Right, 60 minutes gone, and we have done nothing apart from concede. Obviously, Taft gets it back. Does he do something useful? Kind of. Dunk keeps it, plays the ball across straight to Moxey. He is in charge of this game at the moment. Rolls gets it back. Ida has a chance. It's not gone in. It's not gone in from anyone. Right, Maris is not having a particularly good game. In fact, he's not been particularly good since he was on that sort of goal-scoring run. My assistant told me he was good enough to be a championship player, but he's not. He's not very good. He's not very good at the moment. Even if he does have that apparent current ability, can we work something here? Lamb, Davis goes for a bit of a run round the outside. Lovely ball across. It's bounced down to Carruthers off the bench, and it's a good effort once again, but once again it's not gone in the goal. Right, I think our cup run is coming to an end here. We've still obviously got the FA Cup to look forward to. Don't think we're going to be winning that one though. Will Ferry can come on. Hopefully he doesn't get injured, and I'm going to take off George Taft because he's just irritating. Well, there we go. Actually not awful. Unfortunately, all the chances we created didn't go in the goal, and the chances that they created, well, the one chance they created did, which is unfortunate. Not good enough. We could have gone a bit further in that competition, I think, especially given the fact we were at home. But I mean, we are unlucky in defeat. There you go. At least we have the press on our side. Reggie Lamb is out for a week, which is unfortunate, but at least Will Ferry is back and he can play against Cheltenham, and that is a game that we will be playing next and that we really could do with an improved result in. I'm just having a look. We didn't lose in that. That was an episode. We didn't lose there. And then what was the next episode? This one, obviously we lost that one. So, I mean, I don't pick very good games to do for episodes, apparently. Macclesfield, they're bottom of the Football League, and they have called on John Carver to save them. Just looking at potential centre-backs, given the issues we're having with injuries and with George Taft not being very good. Some options to buy, but we've got Effie Ambrose and Remy Street are both coming up as good options on a free. I mean, Effie Ambrose looks really, I mean, attributes-wise, looks outstanding. He's going to want too much money, though. We've only got £216 in the budget per week. I am releasing Elliot Ward, whose contract expires on the 2nd of January, so that should free up 1.4k a week. In fact, I mean, can we even get rid of him early? We'll try and get rid of him early. £4,400 to get rid of him a few weeks early. I can't really justify that, can I? But yeah, if when we get rid of him, we should be able to get one of these two guys in his place potentially. I mean, they're both highly rated by our coaches and by our director of football. I mean, I'm not going to offer him anything yet. How much does he want at the moment? He wants to be a start. I'm not even going to get into this yet. He's also got potential work permit issues. But they've both got. I've given them both a trial for a month. They're not going to go anywhere else, hopefully, until we get rid of Elliot Ward, and then we can potentially negotiate a deal. Right, youth intake preview. I don't actually remember what our facilities are for youth development. Let's just have a look. Our youth facilities are adequate, fairly basic youth recruitment, average academy coaching. Not great, but I mean, you never know. One of our goalkeepers looks a good prospect. Okay, we don't need a goalkeeper, but thank you. One of our centre-backs looks promising. Now that is good news. Wingers, we could use that. We could use that. A good young English striker from Cambridge. I mean, it's promising. It's promising. Summer's come to me and she's told me, we've got some good stuff there. It's promising. Right then, so after the incredibly disappointing results against Exeter in the Cup, we're back to what really matters, the league. We're at the Johnny Rock Stadium, which sounds like a 90s Cartoon Network show. It's Cheltenham Town, one of our main rivals for automatic promotion. They are currently behind us, but they are level on points, so it's just goal difference that's making the issue. So changes needed for this one. Reggie Lamb's going to have to drop out because he's got a bit of an injury, so Will Ferry can come back in. Hopefully he'll be all right for a while and won't get injured. And we're also going to take out George Taft because I'm just increasingly fed up of his largely lackluster and erratic performances. We'll bring in Lewis John, who's not got much of a look in, but decent attributes. We have got quite a young back line. Maybe they're sort of a bit quicker. That'll hopefully help. And I think we're going to bring Daniel Jones back in for Norville Williams, who didn't have a particularly good time of it last time out. But yeah, otherwise it's going to be the same. So Burton Jones, John, Darling Davis, O'Neill, Rolls, Maris, Dunk, Ferry and Ida. Hopefully a better performance than last time. Going to go with the other system, see if that makes a bit of a difference. Our league form recently hasn't been too bad, aside from the defeat to Carlisle. I'm not going to say I expect them to win. Show me what you can do to keep the run going. They're not as motivated as they were before. Maybe we need to, I'm going to be aggressive. I want to see some goals from you, Adam. He loves that. Just shout at him. That's fine. Well, we've got to keep one eye on what Colchester are doing as well, of course. But a good result here could help us. First half just flying by. Absolutely just gone. There was one highlight and it was a free kick straight into the goalkeeper's gloves from Cheltenham, so I didn't even bother to bring you that one. I am pleased though, because don't forget we're supposed to be just above the relegation zone and we are having a freakishly good season, and we need to remember that. Bear that in mind. I mean, saying that, I'm still thoroughly bored by what's happening. Harrison Dunk is not playing well, but he is motivated. Will Ferry's nervous. Okay, I'm going to take Will Ferry off because I don't want him to get injured in any way. And I mean, a draw here is not a bad result as far as we're concerned. It's just not very entertaining. Okay, finally, there's a highlight. I mean, I was going to have to put the other highlight back in, even though I said I was going to cut it, just because otherwise nothing else would happen in the game. It's a red card for Cheltenham. Thomas has been sent off for them. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Free kick from Daniel Jones. Didn't go anywhere. O'Neill gives it away, kind of. Jones just about gets it back. He's gone all over the place. He's not the quickest, but he's covering the pitch there. Darling sprays a pass out looking for Hannant, but instead gives it straight back to Cheltenham, and they're going to break now. Howe on the right-hand side, tussling with Dunk. Back to Charlie Raglan, a decent player at this level as well. He's been keeping us at bay. Howe's got it, running forwards. Where's it going to go? It's been put in by Gavin Riley. To be honest, it looked like it was put in by Davis. I'm not sure what happened, other than the fact that they scored a goal. I mean, they've just gone down to 10 men. That's not good, is it? That's not good. Howe puts it across. I mean, it was Riley. I don't know what Davis was doing. He was thinking about what he's going to have for his tea. He's running in completely the wrong direction. All right, once again, second game in a row, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. Substitution's not made any impact whatsoever. We'll bring on Samir Carruthers. Lewis John has not had a very good debut. Am I going to bring on Taft? We'll have to bring on Taft. Sorry, George. Right, just there's time's gone, really, but we'll go for it in the final few minutes. Try and get something to happen. Nothing's going to happen. A draw would have been fine, wouldn't it? Why couldn't we have just drawn it? I had to ask for a highlight, and this is what I get for it. Not good enough. What do we say? I'm not happy with the performance, because I'm not. I mean, we're still right up there. But it's a bit of a blow. It's fair to say Colchester drew with Scunthorpe, so okay, it could have been worse if they'd won. But Cheltenham now do have an advantage over us. It's just frustrating, especially that when nothing happened in the whole game, and then they end up scoring the 85th minute, which is unfortunate, especially considering that they were down to 10 men as well. But there we go. You can't win them all, and we're in third place. We're still having a very, very, very good season. I certainly picked two absolutely brilliant games to bring in this episode. Anyway, next time hopefully we'll have a new centre-back partner for Harry Darling in the absence of Taylor, because, well, I mean, we need someone else because they're not doing very well. Going to go relatively far, probably towards the end of January, start of February. I mean, we've got Colchester here. I think Salford and Colchester is probably when we're going to come back. As I said, we're not going to do the Liverpool game, because if we can't beat Exeter, we're not going to beat Liverpool. But yeah, Salford and Colchester are a very winnable game, and a sort of important game, judging by how the league has gone so far. Hopefully improved performances and form from today's episode, but that is going to be the end of it. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode, and I will see you next time.